The skies over Ukraine once again turned into a fiery battleground as Russian missiles demolished one of Kyiv's prized Patriot batteries. What NATO presented as an impenetrable defense shield was reduced to smoldering wreckage, raising doubts about whether Western technology truly dominates the battlefield. In stark contrast, Russia's S-400 system, older, cheaper, but proven in combat, continues to protect its jets and neutralize threats, revealing just how deadly Moscow's air defenses can be. So how exactly has the S-400 outwitted the Patriot? And what lessons does this duel teach about the future of air warfare? Let's explore. A recent report from Military Watch magazine highlighted that Russia's S-400 long-range system has been a game-changer in protecting its frontline strike aircraft against Ukrainian air defense fire. Since late 2023, Ukraine has relied heavily on Patriots to defend cities, military infrastructure, and critical targets from Russian missile and bomber attacks. But Moscow changed the playbook. Instead of standing by defensively, Russia deployed the S-400 in aggressive roles, using it to knock out missiles heading for Su-34 and Su-35 aircraft. According to Russian defense statements, these units successfully intercepted nearly 24 incoming supersonic missiles, some reaching Mach 3. Remarkably, nearly half were identified as US-made Patriot interceptors, the very weapons intended to bring Russian planes down. For Moscow, this was not just a tactical win, but a symbolic one. Russian outlets declared it a milestone in military history, with the S-400 accomplishing something unprecedented, systematically intercepting advanced Western missiles in combat. If accurate, this shows both the S-400's adaptability and the growing vulnerability of NATO's flagship system. Adding information for their claim, Military Watch magazine also publicizes India's own experience. India's Air Force chief confirmed the S-400 was a game-changer in skirmishes with Pakistan, noting that Rafale jets fell short. This insight gives us a valuable, validated example of the platform's impact beyond Ukraine. In the India-Pakistan context, the S-400 isn't just a static defense, it's a strategic deterrent. It extends Indian air supremacy deep into Pakistani skies, shaping the calculus of aerial aggression. When paired with Rafale fighters and early warning systems, the S-400 transforms defensive posturing into offensive leverage. The S-400 Triumph, operational since 2007, was designed with versatility at its core. It is capable of engaging aircraft, drones, cruise missiles, and ballistic threats at ranges up to 400 kilometers and altitudes of 30 kilometers. Russia has marketed it not just as a regional shield, but as a cornerstone of its integrated aerospace defense network. One of the S-400's most significant features is its ability to target high-value, long-range weapons like the US-made ATACMS ballistic missile. Unlike conventional systems, the S-400 employs multiple missile types, including the 48N6, 40N6, and 9M96 series, each tailored for specific threats. This layered design allows it to track and engage maneuverable, fast-moving missiles that attempt to evade interception. ATACMS, supplied by the US to Ukraine, is a long-range precision strike weapon designed to hit critical Russian assets. Yet the S-400 has been explicitly stationed to counter these threats. Its radar can track up to 300 targets simultaneously, and its interceptors are designed to neutralize ballistic weapons traveling at extreme speeds. For Russia, this makes the S-400 a centerpiece in defending against not just drones or aircraft, but the most advanced Western strike systems entering the battlefield. By contrast, the Patriot, although celebrated for its radar and guidance precision, has been stretched thin in Ukraine. Each interceptor costs millions, stockpiles are limited, and when confronted with maneuverable Russian missiles or hardened air defenses like the S-400, its performance has been inconsistent. American intelligence indirectly confirms this edge. Recent Pentagon reports note that Russian missile upgrades, with unpredictable flight paths, are straining Patriots to their limits. The results speak volumes. On June 28th, 7 Russian missiles were launched, only one was brought down. On July 9th, 13 were fired, with 6 still striking their targets despite Patriot defenses. Meanwhile, the S-400 continues intercepting threats, including missiles like ATACMS, showing why Moscow sees it as one of its most advanced tools of deterrence. By July 2025, the situation became even more alarming for Ukraine. Russia reported the destruction of 4 Patriot batteries and the elimination of 1 ANM-PQ-65 radar, the critical component responsible for detecting and guiding interceptors. The losses not only crippled Ukraine's defenses, but also inflicted a staggering financial hit. Then a sudden missile strike hit Kremenchuk on August 19th with an Iskander missile. Patriots were launched in defense, but not a single missile was intercepted. The incident showed that against Russia's high-speed, maneuverable arsenal, even NATO's most advanced defenses can fail spectacularly. Despite these setbacks, Ukraine is determined to rebuild. Reports first surfaced in the Financial Times that Kyiv proposed a $100 billion U.S. weapons package, financed largely by Europe in exchange for American security guarantees. The package even includes a $50 billion drone deal and at least 10 new Patriot batteries. The numbers are staggering. For Ukraine, this represents both desperation and determination, a push to restore a crumbling air shield and keep fighting with Western backing. But Moscow views the plan as futile. Russian officials argue that flooding Ukraine with more Western hardware won't change the outcome, but instead, prolong the war and drain Ukraine's resources further. And on the battlefield, Russia's point has weight. For every Patriot destroyed, for every missile that slips through, the imbalance between promise and performance becomes clearer. The S-400, meanwhile, has cemented its reputation not just as a shield, but as an active weapon system, one that doesn't just defend, but also turns the tables by neutralizing the interceptors meant to destroy Russian aircraft. So, that's what we have for today. Thanks for watching.